Listen, let's talk about your wonderful documentary. Firstly, I wasn't aware you were a big F1 fan. Have you been a big F1 fan since you were a kid? Is it something you've recently got into?
No, I've loved Formula One since I was a little kid. I didn't follow like every season and watched every race, but definitely love watching Formula One racing. And so I was, the story was told to me. A friend of mine was like, "Hey, did you know about the 2009 season, about this team that was bought for £1 and won the championship?" And I was like, "Tell me more." And then it was like, so that's kind of really where it started, just curious and appreciating racing and wanting to share this incredible story.
Jenson, how you doing? Darren Bent here. Just a quick one as well from me. I want to take you back to that 2009 season. Obviously, as you said, there it was bought for £1, the company, and you go on to win the championship. Did you ever think that was possible?
We were just happy to be racing in that first race because it didn't look like we'd be on the grid at the end of 2008. So we were happy to be racing. We knew we had a good car. We went on, obviously, to win the first race and even stood on that podium with Rubens Barrichello by my side, first and second. You don't think about the end of the year. You just think about celebrating in that moment and spraying champagne over your team. So, no. It was a year that was so special in the history of F1. This small team, bought for £1, fighting against the giants in the sport. I don't think it'll ever happen again.
Keanu, let me ask you, it's an incredible story. And as a movie star, it's completely different, I would imagine, being in front of the camera to all of a sudden maybe being slightly behind it, even though you are, of course, in vision for this. But it's your job to paint a picture, to tell a story. I'm a huge fan of sports documentaries and documentaries on the whole. And if you look at all of the great docs, and I'll name a few, The Last Dance, Free Solo, Catching Hell's one of my favourites, Senna, even going all the way back to Pumping Iron, it's such a difficult task for the storyteller to tell the story with so much detail. Did you find added pressure to tell this story without missing out any of the important details?
We had the opportunity with Disney Plus. They gave us 4 hours to tell the story. We could have gone 10 hours, but definitely we wanted to be super. When I say we, the showrunner, Simon Hammerson, who I partnered with on the project, and Daryl Goodrich, who came on to direct. We had a great team, and we just wanted to be respectful to everyone and to hope, we went with the approach that we hope whoever we interviewed, when they saw it, felt like we respected their point of view and the story. That's how we were looking at it.
Jenson, again, when you go back to that 2009 season, as you said, you didn't expect to be on the grid. When you look at the state of Formula One now, it's a bit predictable. Max Verstappen seems to win every single week. Do you think we'll ever see a situation like that, what we saw with you in 2009? Or is it just now every single race, the most powerful team wins it?
Well, in 2009, we had so much help from all the teams on the grid to help us get onto the grid for the 2009 season, which obviously backfired for them because they didn't think we'd be fighting for a world championship. So I don't think they would make the same mistake twice to help this small team on the grid. So no, I don't think it'll ever happen again. And I think that's why it's such a special story. For me, when I was told about the documentary, I was excited because it meant that I could relive it in a way. Life moves so fast, 14 years down the road. I was able to stop, take a moment and reflect on how special that year was. So yeah, I've watched the documentary and it plays out exactly as I remember it, with a lot of added info, like talking about FOTA, talking about the teams moving away from Formula One. And it's also great seeing everyone else's view. I've spoken to everyone that was involved with Brawn through the years, but not in depth. So to see their views on that season and how much emotion it brings them, yeah, it's lovely to see.
Jenson, I'll stay with you if that's okay. How did your relationship with Keanu start? Did someone phone you up claiming to be him and you went, "That's so not Keanu, it doesn't even sound like him," and put the phone down? Did you know him before? How did you two meet?
No, I just had that once with Frank Williams. No, it was it was great. We first sat down properly in LA for a couple of days to do a Q&A. But I've met Keanu before in China, actually, in Shanghai Grand Prix there. And Keanu's always been around Goodwood, around motor racing events, and you can see he's got a passion for anything with wheels and a steering wheel or handlebars. So when I heard that Keanu was interested, I was excited, because I think it's great somebody coming in from outside of the sport to tell this story, so they don't have their views of how that season went. And also, it's Keanu Reeves, everyone. You know, when he asks you a question, you answer his question. So no, it's you know, I've been so impressed of the answers he's got out of everyone involved and how open they've been with him, which has made it such a special documentary.
Keanu, I've always wondered, have you always wanted to be involved in a sports documentary? I know you've done so many other various topics and subjects, but when it comes to sport documents, have you ever done it before? Is it something that you've always wanted to be involved in?
You know, I've made been a part of making some documentaries in the past, and I really love the process. I love being able to focus in and speak to people about a subject that they're passionate about, know about. And for me to have the opportunity to go into motorsport, to go into Formula One, and, you know, ultimately have the support of Formula One with the archive, and, you know, have the support of Ross Brawn and Nick Fry, you know, and then that kind of traveling out to everyone else involved, you know, with Jenson and Rubens, you know, was really cool, man. I mean, I love a good sports documentary too, and to have the chance to travel and meet people, and I don't know, it was just a really great experience, and hopefully, you know, people like it.
I'm sure they will. Listen, I know our time is limited, so we've got a couple of questions left for you, and then we'll let you go if that's okay. Firstly, Keanu, I'll stay with you. I understand that you are the nicest guy in Hollywood. Everyone who I spoke to, when I said I'm very excited Keanu Reeves is on the show, they went, "Oh, he gave up his seat for someone in the subway." I'm guessing you're aware that you are the nicest person on the planet.
You know, nice is nice, and I'll take it. It's very nice. I really appreciate it.
Listen, from everyone here on Drive on talkSPORT, Keanu Reeves, what an absolute pleasure and an honour. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
And Jenson Button, again, I mean, what a lovely man you are. A close second to Keanu Reeves, if that's okay.
No, Jenson's first, man. He's a champion.
You're a star. Thank you. And good luck with the documentary. It looks fantastic. I'm sure it'll just win awards, and you'll go on to bigger and better things as well. Thank you so much for your time, guys.
Thank you.